All right. I'm excited. We've got some exciting work today. Exciting things are happening. Randa, are you excited?
So excited. So excited. Yeah.
So
Like
this,
containing some excitement.
right.
Can we have a dance party for just 30 seconds?
Oh, that would feel really good, actually. We are opening this up. Many people are watching this as a recording, so just welcoming everyone. As Freedom House, I am the owner of Freedom House. This is hosted by Freedom House. We're opening this beautiful session up about this collaboration book that Randa Stratton-Dutcher is hosting and leading. So as we have people joining, we would love to actually get to know you guys. So if anyone is open to sharing who they are while you guys pop in and we let people join the Zoom room, just unmute and share. If not, we totally get it. But I'm going to be letting people in the room right now. What are your thoughts, Randa?
Do you want to say who we are?
Yeah, why don't we start with that? That feels like a good plan. Okay. I'll lead. So my name is Keira Poulsen. I am the CEO founder of Freedom House Publishing Co. Freedom House is a new type of publishing. We create so many extraordinary experiences for authors in all the different realms. And our main focus is bringing sacred work to the earth, really powerful truths that need to be written. And we do a lot of different ways. And one of the ways is through collaboration books. So my role is that I'm actually a sacred writing coach. I teach people how to channel their books. And when they learn how to channel their books, they can write books really quickly and receive really powerful truths. So I run a mastermind. I teach in courses. I do lots of different ways to help people learn how to channel their books. And then, of course, we focus a lot on making the publishing process super easy, super supportive, and different than any publishing house out there. So that's my role. That's who I am. I guess I should also say I'm a mother to 5. I live in Idaho, and I love all things books. Randa, why don't you share who you are?
Okay, so I just had someone text me to keep getting kicked out for some reason.
I don't know why we can't get Jason in. I keep letting him in.
I know.
And it's not letting him in for some odd reason.
So I've sent him the link twice.
Yeah.
Sorry, pause for just a technical. Can you send him, if I text you, can you send him the link, or no, you can't on your phone?
I've got him in here. He's got like 3. He's coming in. I mean, I've clicked yes. So it's going to work. There's something with his internet, it feels like. All right. We got so many beautiful people on the call. So Randa, why don't you share who you are?
I am Randa Stratton-Dutcher. I am a mother of 5 beautiful children, and I have been married to my husband twice. And sometimes we say that we are each other's 6th child because you kind of raise yourselves when you get married, no matter your age. So I am a singer-songwriter. I'm a cowgirl. I am a podcaster. I am an author, and now I am heading 3 books right now. 1 book with my husband specifically about our divorce and remarriage story. And then also this collaboration book that we're going to be talking about today, as well as a children's book, all coming about the fall of this year. So I feel like I'm having triplets in the next few months.
Which is super exciting. I love it. You know, books seem to come in litters. I tell people they're not usually singular births. They like to come together. And especially when we're writing books of this nature, they have such a powerful force of light with them that they just bring so much goodness. And you have so much good work coming into the world. So I'm just celebrating you, Randa. I'm celebrating this book. This book is going to be extraordinary. And it's so much more than just a book. So I really feel like that's what's powerful to feel about this experience. We're not asking you guys to write a story and then email it to us. We're actually going to give you 6 coaching sessions on how you sacred write. That's the term I call it, which is channeling, getting into flow. And then you're going to actually get 2 coaching sessions with Randa, which is like powerful. Randa's an extraordinary coach, and she's going to help you guys through the process of becoming published authors, which is a process emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So we really give you this massive support, as well as the full publishing experience, having your chapters fully edited. And this book will be published fall 2022. So lots of exciting things. We're going to talk about it all today. But Randa, I would love for you to lead with the heart. Like, why did this book come to you, and what do you see happening with this book?
Okay, so it's going to be a little bit of a story. I'm going to backtrack about 12 years. Well, even further. I grew up very introverted, but extrovertly. I was a performer, always singing, acting. I got a scholarship in college for music. So very extroverted in that way. But inside, lots of just shut down. And so I got married, and I had this thought that I could only be a wife and a mother. Okay, this is my role now. So I really shut most of my singing creation down. And by about year 12 of our marriage, it was just like all I could focus on was everything my husband was doing wrong. And it created this really awful dichotomy, very volatile marriage. And we ended up, while I was pregnant with our 5th child, we ended our marriage and got divorced. And I had this 5th baby kind of on my own as a single mom. And what I realized in the fear of all that was happening, that my greatest fear was to be divorced, to be a single mom, to have a baby out of wedlock, even though I'd gotten pregnant in marriage. Here I was having a baby out of wedlock. Like, all of these things were getting torn from me. All of the identities I felt were a part of my ego were just being taken. And once I was stripped of all of that, I found this resiliency and this strength that I didn't feel before. I could have gone skydiving. I was able to go sing in front of people. I spoke in front of people. And it was because of this pain, because of this broken relationship, that the resiliency and the breakthroughs and the healing happened within all of that brokenness. So fast forward to in the last year, I've been writing my story of marriage, divorce, and remarriage. My husband's now writing his part of that book. And now this collaboration book, the one we're talking about today, showed itself to me about 6 weeks ago and said, I want to be a sister to your book. And so they're kind of coming in together. It's really interesting. They have similar flavors, but this collaboration book, I want it to be so much more than just marriage and divorce. We have people that have already committed to writing stories about brokenness in business relationships, in mother-daughter relationships. I personally will most likely be writing about the broken relationship with my body and how I was not able to be seen and to share my talents because of that broken relationship. So that's really the truth of it. The resiliency, the healing, the strength that you have found inside of a broken relationship, whatever that looks like, is the story that we want, because that is where the hope is. Because everyone's going to have a broken relationship. Life is all about relationships. It's really, at the end of the day, no matter the number in your bank account, no matter the hours you work every day, your relationships are what you come home to. Your relationships are what you're left with. And so everyone has a relationship that is broken down. But I believe that the hope is in the strength that you find inside of that brokenness.
Thank you, Randa. I think what is so powerful, there's that phrase that says, this didn't happen to me, it happened for me. And I think that's the message that's going to come through with all of you who say yes to being authors in this book, is that your message will prove to people that the hell that they're going through is happening for them. And when we can have that shift, everything in our life changes, because then we become like the victor and not the victim to whatever we're going through. So I love that this book has totally opened up to not just being romantic relationships. This isn't just marriage. This isn't your boyfriend. This is like all relationships in your life. Where have you had a break? Has it been with religion? Has it been with God? Has it been with your mother, your father, your sister? Where in your life have you had a relationship break, but that in the breaking, you were made? You were stronger afterwards. You woke up gifts you didn't know you had because of that break. That is the story that we're looking for, because that's the story that's going to change a reader's life. That's a story that literally can be the turnpike that changes the train's pathway. Like, you guys get to do that for somebody who picks this book up. And we're super passionate about that's why we bring these collaboration books together. We bring them together to change lives. Is there any thoughts that you want to say on that?
Yeah, that is the beauty of a collaboration book, is it's not just my story. It's not just like chapters and chapters of just my story, which everyone will be able to read about the same time in another book. But there's something so powerful of having so many witnesses of hope, of resiliency, of finding strength, of making it through. And I think that is really what people need right now, especially since the pandemic, when people's relationships started falling apart, because we all had to be with each other so often. It's like, oh, now all of our stuff's coming up and I can see it all. Whereas before we weren't together all the time. And so giving hope to people in all kinds of relationships is just one of my deepest heart's desires.
Yeah, I feel the same. So I would love to open it up. Do you guys want to ask any questions about this book? About, I feel inspired to just open this up for you guys in a conversation, those who are here. Do you guys want to ask any questions before we jump in and talk a little bit about the book collaboration experience? How about I jump in and talk about it? And then if you guys have questions, then we can go there. Does that sound good? So the book collaboration experience, we kind of talked a little bit at the beginning, which is that you will receive 4 coaching calls with me and 2 with Randa. And how it looks is you're going to do your first call with Randa, and then we're going to do 3 sacred writing sessions. And in these sessions, I'm going to teach you what I call the sacred creative process. This is the process that I teach people how to write their books. I just taught someone it last week. They wrote their full book in 5 days, right? Like, this process works. We have people, Jessica teaching, who's on this call. She uses my process all day long. She's going to have like 4 books published this year. So like, this process works. The way it works is that it teaches your brain and your soul how to tap into flow on command. So I'm going to teach you guys this process, and then I'm going to coach you through these 3 sessions of bringing your chapter through. We're going to really hold this space so you write your chapter in 4-5 weeks max, which is 100% possible, especially with the support that we give you. And then you're going to have a coaching session with Randa. She's going to support you guys through the process of allowing your story to come out, because that piece can be intense. It can be intense to write your story. And so that's why we have so much support for you right here in this container. And then we'll have a final call with me, and we'll then send it to our professional editors. We'll get it published. But then that's not all, because we do this whole thing at Freedom House where we are going to get Randa on the podcast to promote the book. We're going to do a live author summit with all of our authors a month after the book goes live. We're going to do a lot of promotion, and every one of you will have the opportunity to buy the books at author cost. That just means the print cost that we get the book for, and you can sell them from your website, from your Instagram. If you go to events, you get to make all the royalties off of the books that you sell. So we're allowing like this beautiful experience to come together. And then I want you to go and push this book, push that you're a published author, share it with the world. And hopefully, what will happen is that while you're in this experience, what other book is inside of you that's been asking you to write will actually start to birth, because when you write one chapter, it does something inside of you that it makes you realize that you can 100% share your whole story when the time is right. So that's our dream. Our dream for you is that you just step into this space of being supported, held, learn how to sacred write, and then become a published author by fall 2022. Randa, do you want to share anything else about that?
I want to share that we've been marketing or calling for people to come to this call for a while. But if you're here, and I see who's here, most of you have had a personal message from me or will get a personal message from me. And so if that is the case, please know that it's because I believe, or Keira believes, or we both believe that you are incredibly powerful people. And when like-minded people share their stories from a place of hope, that is when things shift in the world for others. And that is really the basis of it. And this process, I have been with Keira through this process. I was in a collaboration book back in February. It's designed to support everyone, whether you've already been a published author or you're here for the first time and want to be. This is designed to assist you in the healing, because as you write, it brings up all the stuff. We're here to help you to move through that and anything else that might come up. We've been through it, and we're here to assist you with that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And here's the thing that's so exciting about when we bring through powerful books is that it always heals us first. So maybe you don't know that you need healing, and maybe you don't need healing, but when you write this chapter, it's going to heal something inside of you. That's part of the magic of bringing these books through, is that it heals us first, and then it goes out and heals the readers. So we just published a book, I don't know, a few weeks ago, Mother's Day. And I see one of our authors in here who was in that book. And I have had more people contact me and tell me how that book, it's called The Untold Stories of Motherhood, has changed their lives. And why did it change their lives? Not because we had New York Times bestsellers writing the book. It's because we had real stories told by regular humans, so that it truly impacted the readers in a way that they've never felt before. And that is what we're looking for in this book. At a time when the world is cracking and relationships are breaking everywhere, this book needs to be here to support people so that they can have faith and hope that their hell is for their good. And I'm so passionate about bringing these stories through, because damn, we need some light in this world, right? Can you feel that, right? Like, we just need some light in this world. And that is our intention with this book. So with that being said, we're going to have Claire. So Claire is on the call with us. She's our publishing specialist. She's awesome. She takes all the books from Word document to published. She's going to drop the link in our chat for you guys to apply. Now, the only reason why we do that is because it allows you to start to think, what's the story that I would want to write? But if you guys are just like a holy hell yes, and that's where we like to play. I like to play with the holy hell yes. If everything in your body's like, I'm a yes, I want to be in this book, then Randa's going to we have 2 payments available for this book. Randa, why don't you share what the payments are? And then
Sure.
she's going to put them in the chat. And if you're a yes, like, just jump in and we will literally take you to the next step right away.
So it's either 2 payments of $600 for a total of $1,200, or a one-time payment of $997. And that deal is going to be until this Friday. After Friday, applications will be open for 1 more week. And it'll just be a flat $1,200. So if you want a payment plan, this week is your chance. What we didn't talk about, and I'll put those links here, what we didn't talk about was logistics. Like it'll be once a week except for the week following the 4th of July. And it'll be Tuesdays with the exception of one Thursday starting on June 21st. So approximately 6 weeks is this process that we're going to take you through.
Yep. So these are the dates, and I will send this all in the email as well. June 21st, you will be meeting with Randa. It'll be 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 hour. June 30th will be our first sacred writing session. And that will be, they'll always be 11 a.m. Pacific Standard. July 12th, we'll be doing it, sacred writing. July 19th, we'll be doing sacred writing. And then July 26th, you're going to meet with Randa, which after I've done many of these collaboration books, after you've done 3 writing sessions with me, it's going to be really powerful for you to be held by a coach on moving through whatever's showing up for you. So Randa's going to show up that day and really hold this space for you guys. Then we're going to do our final call August 2nd. That'll be my final call with you guys. It'll be tying up any loose ends, any last minute things that want to come through. We're going to work through there. And this process, it works. I watch it work every single time. And there are going to be times where you're like, I can't write this story. And that's how everyone feels. And then we're going to hold that space for you so that you can bring it through, because these stories need to be told. And this book really, really wants to get out in the world. So we already have a handful of authors, but we're looking for a handful more to make this more potent. The more stories, the better. So with all of this information, do you guys have any questions? I would love to throw it out, or we can answer any questions that you may have, any thoughts that you're having. Let's see. Yes, Jason.
How much space in the book are you allotting for each author?
So I really like to keep it. Hold on, let me just make sure everyone's muted so that we have a nice clean sound. Hold on real fast. Okay, I think we got it. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. I like to keep it 8-10 pages max. 8 is like kind of the sweet number, but because I am asking you guys to be in flow and channeling, we don't have a super tight requirement. I've had people write their chapters and it was 3 pages, right? There's no minimum, but I do want to keep it to 8 to 10 so that we hold the book doesn't get too crazy long. That sound good? Thank you for asking that question.
Veronica asked, what is the author cost and how many chapters? So 1 chapter per author. We're looking for 20 plus authors.
Mm-hmm.
And the cost is for this week, there's a deal. You can do 2 payments of $600 this month, $600 next month, so a total of $1,200, or a one-time payment of $997. On Saturday, it will be a flat payment of $1,200. And the applications will stay open through, I think I said a week, but it's actually next Wednesday, the 15th.
Perfect. Awesome. And if you are wondering about the author cost of the book, so when you guys buy your books, it's usually around $6. That includes the print and the shipping. The Amazon will actually ship straight to your house. So when it depends on how many pages we have, it may be less than 6. It's usually not more than 6. You get to say, hey, I want 10 copies. We order it, send it straight to your house, and you guys can sell them from wherever you choose to sell them. I also see a question that says, when is the deadline for the chapter? The deadline is August 2nd. So we're going to start coaching right away in June. You're going to have so much time to complete this chapter. You're going to get so much support from us. We didn't mention that we will have a private Facebook group. So in between our sessions, if you have questions, you can tag Randa or I, and we will go in and answer and support you in between. So really, I mean, these chapters, I find it funny because usually through this whole process, people won't write until like the last 3 days, and then they all write their chapters on the last 3 days. And
That was
so,
me. I did that. But I did it in 3 days. And mine was only 3 pages. So
yes, exactly. Oh, Jessica just signed up. Oh my gosh, Jessica, I'm so excited to have you in this book. Yes, 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 yes. Carolyn, I don't know how many words that is, but I can
does
find that
Jessica
out.
know? Does
So I
Jessica
think
know how many
like,
words?
I mean, I think mine was about 16 pages in a regular, on a regular size. I think you print them about the regular size.
Yeah.
And it was over 6,000 words. So that was a big chapter.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably under 6,000 words.
Yeah. I loved your chapter, by the way. It was amazing. Amazing. I hope you're in this book because you're an extraordinary author.
Oh, I'm in.
Oh, yes.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all in my head already.
Oh, I can't wait. Yes. I loved having you in the other collaboration book. And so we didn't used to have this like 8 to 10 pages, but I'm finding that that's kind of the sweet spot. So that's going to be our new thing, just because it allows for it to flow easier. And then it just keeps the book a little bit at a more manageable size. But I'm so happy you're in, Carolyn. Yes, I'm so happy. Super
There's
excited.
another question.
Mhm.
When is the deadline to submit bio photo profile for the book?
Such a great question. And we're getting so much better on this. Every time I do a collaboration book, it gets better and better. So we're going to we don't need your bio and photo until you submit your chapter. I am going to let you guys know that it's coming though, so that you guys can get a good headshot. I'll tell you why that I really like a good headshot, because this book is promotion for you. Whatever your business is, and maybe you don't have a business, but if you do have a business, this chapter is going to be a promotion for you. At the back of the at the very end of the book, we're going to have a whole appendix on every author, which means that you're going to have your headshot in there. It's going to talk about you. It's going to be where people can reach you if they related to your chapter. And so that bio is important, but the headshot, if you have a good headshot, it just lands better. I used to be a photographer in my old life. I've had like 8 lives. How about you guys? Have you had 8 lives? In one of my lives, I was a photographer, and photography is the best way to present yourself. So I am going to be really clear, like headshots are really important. And that's why, because it's going to be in the book. It's also going to be in all the marketing material that we put out with the book. I hope that answers your question. Anyone else have any questions that they might want to ask me?
What the headshot in black and white, because you didn't, I mean, like if you're gonna put it in the book.
Yeah, so we can turn it black and white. If it's not in black and white, I can go into Photoshop and I can make it look really nice in black and white. So, but it will be black and white there. I would actually prefer color, because in our marketing, I'm going to be using all color, and then I'll just go in and make sure that they're a really nice black and white shade before we print. That's a good
I have
question.
another question.
Yeah.
What is your marketing plan? What's your vision for the marketing?
Yeah. So here's how we do marketing. One, I'm going to do a live video the day it's live with Randa on my Instagram and Freedom House. We're going to have her go on a podcast that next week to just blast. I have a really good following on my podcast. We're going to blast it out there. I am actually starting a second podcast tomorrow, to be honest, with Freedom House. We will do a lot of promotion there. And then, hold on real fast. And then from there, we're going to do a lot of social media email blasts promoting to the summit. So the summit's going to be 4 weeks after our book goes live. And the reason why we do that is that gives us 4 weeks for everybody in the book to promote. Buy your book so you can come to the summit and meet the authors. Now, the benefit of a collaboration book is that there's going to be, our goal is to hold 22. 22 is kind of a magic number. 22 different people. I have a sign-up genius. Everyone signs up what days they promote. That way, every day at least 3 people are promoting. Now, I can't promise everyone will, but I'm going to really hold that everyone does, because that is our greatest form of marketing a book, is everybody in the book sharing. Now, I haven't talked to Randa about this yet, so this is a surprise. But Katie Joe, who is the head author of our motherhood book, she did this, and I would really love that if we could figure this out, Randa, between you and me. She's interviewed every author. So in the next 8 weeks, if we can interview every author before the book goes live, then when the book goes live, I've got a team who works with me, can take chunks of these videos and we start putting them out. Obviously, they'll go on my YouTube channel, but we could be putting them out on Instagram, little snippets with every author. That's really the vision I have, is like, how do we do as much promotion from the ground up? And that's kind of what's worked really well.
So I am a yes for that. I would love
Cool.
that, and would absolutely love to have, I don't know how I could work it or how I would, but I'm committed. We could do a podcast with groups of authors or everybody. I don't know, or maybe 4 at a time. I don't know what that looks like because we're just spitballing right here, but it will be on my podcast. I'll be on Keira's. And I love what Jessica said, that Freedom House authors are all devoted to sharing each other's books, which creates a huge spread. That is true. That's very true.
And we do. We have a huge, Freedom House is just family. Everybody who buys, publishes with Freedom House, everyone buys each other's books. It's this awesome family. Also, P.S., I'm signing on a massive book deal with a client next week who is coming in. He's got 3.5 million followers on YouTube. And he's going live before your book. So he's going to bring so many more eyes to Freedom House for us. I'm just really super honored and excited to give him this book deal. And it will bless our book because it's going to bring so many more people here to Freedom House.
And he's promoting this book on Monday live on his Instagram.
Yes. His name is Evan Carmichael. You all should go follow him. He's freaking genius. Brilliant entrepreneur. So honored that he is signing a book deal with Freedom House. Huge. So I love this question down here. Are we allowed to tag our website link in our bio? 100% yes. I want your website links. I want your social media. If you have freebies, like if you have a landing page that leads people to your email list, we're going to put that in your section in the back of the book. I'm a big believer of we just promote every single one of you in any way that we can, because that's where the magic is. So that's my intention as well.
I had a direct message I just want to address. If you have more than one story you're thinking of, how do you narrow it down to what's the perfect story for this book? Such
a good question. Do you have an answer that you want to share?
It's probably the same thing you'll say.
Okay.
My initial answer is that's what the coaching calls are for. We are going to have some sacred space time where Keira teaches you to receive your book in a sacred way from the divine, from God, that will make it very clear. And the biggest benefit in this is that a lot of our stories might be messy and muddy and painful, but when you bring them through with God as your partner, the hope shines through. These are the facts. This is what happened, but the hope shines through and people are left with the good feeling.
I love that. 100%. 100%. Yes. And when you learn how to channel your chapter, when you learn how to do this sacred writing, get into flow, you'll actually watch that all those stories, you're going to see how they actually all line up together. And you're probably going to share a lot of different stories in this chapter. And you'll be divinely shown, you'll get inspiration on how it all is supposed to flow together. So all those things, don't even worry about it because it'll come really fast.
And I would say if you're curious to what these collaboration books have looked like thus far, that the Divine Collaboration book you could purchase on Amazon, or the Untold Stories of Motherhood. Both are really, really wonderful books.
Yeah. And Claire, I know Claire's got four boys under 7. So we're just going to give Claire she's the best part of Freedom House. She gets everything done for us. Claire, if you can head over to Amazon and get the links to the Untold Stories of Motherhood and the Divine Collaboration book and throw them in the chat. That'd be awesome. We have 2 new collaboration books. One's going to be published July 12th. So you guys can see that one is going to be really beautiful. And then we have a fourth one coming out in August as well. So this is just like a new leg of what we do because they're just so powerful and amazing. I just saw that Nicole said she's in. Nicole, I'm so excited that you're in. Yes. And I saw a question here. Maria, yes, if you want to just email me, Maria, I would love to just hear the book that you want to write. So I'm going to just put my email right here and we can just be in contact around that conversation. So I would love to hear more about that.
I think one more thing I want to say I'm excited about is that this, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first collaboration book with men's stories.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to be kind of frontiering that in the collaboration book realm with Freedom House.
Yeah. Yep. I'm actually opening a mastermind up for men this week. We're just really opening the space to bring men's voices through on these powerful topics. It's just really exciting. So Jason, I'm super happy you're here.
Jason's amazing. If none of you have ever heard of Jason Mao, he is already a 4 or 5-time author. He's been on my podcast. He is an incredibly powerful warrior, literally, physically, and spiritually. It's amazing.
Wow. Well, thank you for being here, Jason. Appreciate it. All right, friends, we're super excited. So excited for all the yeses. Oh, did it not come through? Okay, so here, let me see.
Well, I will send it to her after. Oh,
Yeah, we'll
yes,
do
you
that.
did it. Good job.
Yeah, we'll send it over to you, Maria. Now, I think here's my request is that if you can feel the yes in your soul, my request is that you just jump in this week. Anytime we feel a yes in our soul, in our cells, and then we let it like sit for a while, it gets muddy. It's kind of like water that just doesn't move. It gets stagnant, gets muddy, and then all of our fears and all of our self-doubt shows up, and everything that's like, I don't have time, or I don't have the money, or I don't have the story or the know-how or whatever. All those things are just going to show up. But if you say yes and you take action when it's a holy hell yes in your body right now, then you get to move through with so much momentum. And if you're afraid, then lean in deeper. Because when we lean in when we're afraid, that's where the miracles always show up. So that's my invitation. Thank you guys for coming. We're so excited about this. I'm so excited to partner with Randa. I have so much deep love for Randa. And this book is going to be magical. It's going to be so powerful. Randa, is there anything you want to say before we close up today?
Ditto to what you just said, and just gratitude for everyone who's showing up. Sometimes when you have inspiration, it's like, I don't know if this is going to work out, but you just keep taking the next step and the next step. And so just a lot of gratitude for all of you that have said yes, all of you that have been here. And thank you. I don't know what else to say. I'm a little speechless. Thank you.
And I think the piece, before Rand and I got on, we like drop into our bodies, whatever that means. So you probably don't know what that means. That means we like land in our hearts, not in our minds. We're dropping into our hearts. And the thing that was so loudest for me was service. Like this book is service.
Yeah.
The stories that are coming through you guys, it's going to serve you, but it's going to serve so many readers. And that's the place that we're holding this book, is just like deep, profound service. And so thank you. Thank you for those of you who feel the call, who say yes. Thank you for taking your time to spend with us. Like, I know you guys all have really full businesses, and just grateful. Yes, it says, well, we have one free copy of the book. Yes, every one of you will get one free copy of the book when this goes live. So yes, you'll all get your very own copy. And because things move so fast all the time with Freedom House, I have a feeling we'll have even like more magical marketing material that we didn't even know was possible by the time we get there. So super excited. Thank you guys for coming. Please reach out if you guys have questions, and hopefully I'll see you in a few weeks at our first call.
Bye, y'all.
Later.